Hello and welcome to today's video. So today I am playing March Bookopoly. So it is just another installment of the Bookopoly series that I have where I am going to roll the dice and let my Bookopoly board choose my March TBR. So before we start here, I just want to address that I could not find my corgi sticker and dice before I started filming this video. So today we have a Minnie Mouse piece from Disney Scene It and two tiny die from another game that I own. And we are starting on magical realism because that is the last square that we left off on. And the first roll is a 5. I know you can't see that very well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first square we landed on today is read a Wattpad book. So the first roll we landed on was read a Wattpad book. And for that I have chosen Blind Ambition by Moonrays. I have been meaning to finish this book forever, and now is the perfect opportunity. So in the story we follow Dallas Gunther, and Dallas is in his senior year, his prime for his football season, and as things start to kick off, he has everything he could ever want. He has a fast car, good grades, unparalleled talent on the football field. However, as the pressure to perform ramps up and he finds himself injured, it sends him into a sort of tailspin. And we follow Dallas on this tailspin through his senior year. I started reading this book, I want to say a year or so ago, and then I obviously had a reading slump year, so I never finished. But I really liked what I read, and so I'm going to start the book over, take it from the top, and really dive into Dallas's story. And we have 12. No, I can't do math. We learned that last time. We have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I land on classic again, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we have another classic. The next roll landed us right back on classic, right back on the same square we got last time. I am going to kind of cheat with this one and give myself Anne of Green Gables again. I am not finished with it from February. I'm still working my way through it, and maybe it was just grace of the Bookopoly board to allow me another month to get through Anne of Green Gables. So in case you're unfamiliar, Anne of Green Gables follows the story of a young girl named Anne who is an orphan, and she is adopted. However, the family she is sent to wanted a boy, and so before they can send her back, she is set out to convince them that she is the child that they want. That is about as much as I can remember and know from Anne of Green Gables. I read this book probably in elementary school and so here I am giving it another go. We have 3. 1, 2, 3. So for that we have YA romance. So for my next roll I got YA romance, and in order to kind of fit in the books that I have to read this month for my masters, I am going to give myself Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. I have read this book before. It is a part of my master's project. The central plot in this book is not romance, but there is a romance, so I'm again just going to give myself a little bit of grace. I have quite a few books to get through for my masters this month, and I'm gonna pick up Eliza and Her Monsters. So in this story we follow Eliza, who is a very popular online webcomic. However, in real life she has severe social anxiety. She is shy, friendless, and other kids consider her weird. And then we have Wallace. Wallace is the biggest fan of the webcomic. He draws fan fiction and writes fan fiction for Eliza. However, he doesn't know that Eliza is the author of the webcomic since she is anonymous. So this story kind of follows how their paths intertwine and what comes of it. And the final roll is 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. YA fantasy. Well, this was an interesting one. And the final roll on this was YA fantasy, so I'm going to be picking up This Savage Song. I have previously read this book. I rated it 5 stars. However, I do want to dive into Our Dark Duet, but in order to do so, I feel like I really need to reread This Savage Song to just get a strong foundation for the book again before I dive into Our Dark Duet. So you can technically say they're both on my TBR for this month, but I'm really gonna strive to finish This Savage Song, and then Our Dark Duet would just be bonus. I have recapped this book several times over the last month on my channel, so I'll keep it brief in that Kate is full human and August is full monster, and there is a war waging humans versus monsters, and that is how Kate and August's paths intertwine. So for more in-depth detailed synopsis, this has been in almost every video I filmed this month, so definitely check those out. But I loved this book and I would really like to pick up Our Dark Duet, so I'm going to start with Savage Song. So that was it for my bookopoly roll. However, I do have a couple of books to pick up for my master's project. The first one being Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow. Last month I read How to Make Friends with the Dark by Kathleen Glasgow, and I won't spoil that for my wrap-up video, but it was a doozy. So in Girl in Pieces, we follow Charlotte, who is a 17-year-old girl who has lost more than anyone her age could fathom. We follow Charlotte on her journey to put herself back together after the world has taken so much from her. And I love this book. It is one of my all-time favorite reads, which is why I'm using it in my master's project and why I need to reread it before the end of the month when my project is due. So those are the 5 books on my TBR this month. Last month, I think I managed to read quite a few books. I have not been that motivated and I don't know how long. So hopefully I can keep up that momentum through this month. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to see how I do on this TBR, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!